Warning, this video contains team selection and captain choices which some viewers may find offensive.
Hey guys, and welcome back to FPL TV. Before taking you through my team selection and transfer activity for this weekend, let's firstly look back at how my team performed in Game Week 22. Last weekend saw a big return from defence for a change, with all 5 of my backline returning points. The game week started off perfectly, with an unexpected clean sheet and 2 bonus points for Fabianski in the early kickoff against Arsenal. Liverpool then made it 4 clean sheets in their last 7 games, so owning 2 of their defenders really paid off. And Luca Digne of Everton registered his 3rd assist of the season and just about managed to hold on to his clean sheet against Bournemouth, so an impressive 12 points from him. The performance from my defence was summed up by Wan-Bissaka, who conceded 2 goals in a 2-1 defeat, produced 0 attacking returns, and still managed to somehow bag all 3 bonus points, which is completely unheard of, but I for one am definitely not complaining. Elsewhere, there wasn't much to report other than captaining Mo Salah, which ended up being the correct choice between him, Hazard and Harry Kane. So thanks to Mo Salah and my defence, a respectable 71 points this week, a big improvement on last week's tally of 37. It gives me a total score of 1,381 and a small green arrow up to 12k in the rankings. Initially, this squad looked fairly strong heading into Game Week 23, but the big news this week has been long-term injuries to both Harry Kane and Trent Alexander-Arnold, which then gave me much to consider. So let's move on to Game Week 23 now, and with 2 free transfers at my disposal, we'll take a look at my transfer activity for the upcoming fixtures. And as always, if you're enjoying the content here at FPL TV, then be sure to support me by dropping a like and getting subscribed to the channel. Given the way that United are playing under Solskjaer, it now seems criminal to go without their players any longer, especially given their kind fixtures with Brighton and Burnley to play next in back-to-back home games. So with the news that Harry Kane is confirmed out until March, Marcus Rashford seemed like the obvious replacement up front for me. So that's my first confirmed transfer for Game Week 23, and I guess it's better late than never. This move then made getting Pogba a lot more straightforward, with the expensive Harry Kane releasing plenty of funds into my squad, and with an embarrassment of riches now at my disposal, I couldn't resist pumping further money into my midfield. So in comes Pogba, and out goes budget option Robert Snodgrass, who may have lost his place to Samir Nasri in the West Ham lineup. Both of these transfers are now confirmed, and it does leave me light up front and very heavy in midfield for now. But there's no going back, and I'm simply hoping this squad can now do me a job without the need of a premium striker. With no hits currently taken for Game Week 23, I still have to decide on what to do with the injured Trent Alexander-Arnold. Having sold Harry Kane, I do now have enough cash in the bank to upgrade him to Andrew Robertson this week, a player I'd love to own. But by getting Robertson, it would mean me having to bench Luca Digne for Game Week 23, and I'm not sure that's really worth taking -4 points to do. Because I already own Virgil van Dijk, part of me also thinks that owning 2 Liverpool defenders is maybe a bit riskier given their current defensive injuries. And with Matip and Milner potentially in the side against Palace, perhaps there's more chance they'll concede goals there. With lots of managers having to take hits this week, I'm also thinking that avoiding hits could be quite beneficial and give me a small head start before the game week even begins. So with the 2 free transfers discussed earlier already made, here's how my side will potentially look for Game Week 23. But as always, be sure to check the FPL TV Twitter page, where I'll post the final team lineup shortly before the game week deadline. The defence looks okay this week, and hopefully Van Dijk can bag another clean sheet despite Liverpool's injuries. It's Matt Doherty that I'll be expecting a big performance from though. At home to Leicester in Game Week 23, the Wolves defender only has 10 points from his last 5 game weeks, and just 1 clean sheet in the previous 14 now. As mentioned, I've now pumped a huge amount of cash into the engine room, so I'll be expecting big things from my power 5 in midfield. Pereira and Richarlison are both on thin ice with me, but they have a chance to make amends against Burnley and Southampton respectively. Decent fixtures on paper. Eden Hazard hasn't been delivering much either recently, but seeing how Arsenal are currently defending, I think this could be a good game week to own the Belgian, so he too remains in my squad for now. With Harry Kane injured, it has left me very light up front, but arguably Rashford and Jimenez are the 2 best value forwards in the game currently, and with both having nice fixtures, I think they complete what looks to be a very strong lineup for my side in Game Week 23, at least on paper. As for the subs, it's likely I'll keep hold of Alexander-Arnold, so he'll take up the 3rd spot on my bench, and I have no intention of playing Wan-Bissaka away to Liverpool. The only issue with my subs this week is benching Callum Wilson, so fingers crossed he doesn't come back to punish me in Game Week 23. For Wilson, I'm simply hoping that all this transfer speculation could make my decision to bench him justified. Lastly for Game Week 23, it's the captaincy, and I'm not sure I need to look any further than the informed Salah at this moment. He's got an excellent record at home and has produced a whopping 72 points in the last 7 game weeks. Even if he was to blank this week, it just feels like the safe choice, because a large amount of managers will also be giving him the armband, especially with Kane out injured. Pogba, Rashford and Hazard are all worth considering, but personally I'm 99% sure it's staying with the Egyptian this week. So that's how my team currently shapes up for Game Week 23, and I'll be posting my final team lineup on Twitter shortly before the Game Week deadline. Good luck to all of you for the upcoming fixtures, FPL responsibly, and I'll catch you all very soon.